The wizard is cornered, but he's not done fighting yet. He flings a lance of blue energy from his wand at you.
No way! I'm going to use my shield to deflect it.
All right, that sounds like a defy danger roll to me. Roll plus con to endure the attack.
Well, that's a 4.
Oof. Well, the good news is that you get an XP. The bad news is that you're frozen in place, and now he's walking closer to you.
Can I tell what's about to happen?
Of course. Roll a discern realities check.
Okay, I rolled an 8. So, what's about to happen?
Well, it looks like the wizard has put his wand away. He's leaned over and he's whispering in the cleric's ear. You realize now he's about to tell him about that D&D podcast. At 10. We got 8 seconds.
At 10, like 5 seconds from now.
Yeah,
6,
so everybody
7.
be recording.
Okay.
Wow,
Did it work
that
for
was
everybody?
Yeah.
There's a
bad.
tiny little
Well,
clip.
hang on, let me stop recording and play it back to make sure that
I will fucking murder you.
It actually didn't show up very loud on mine, but it's there.
That's fine. If it's there, it's there. That's
It's
good.
there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes that has more to do with like the way it's zoomed in.
Get your giggles out. Get the giggles out.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for downloading this latest episode of That D&D Podcast. It's been about a month since we recorded, so this recap is going to be just as much for the players as it is for the listeners. Last session, the party, the part of the party that isn't in prison anyway, you raided an unmarked home that the Crimson Hand was using as their final staging point before the replacement. Which, as you all know by now, is the name for the plan to infiltrate the town guards to make the takeover of First Conquest easier. Griff is missing, Bill's in jail. You have until tomorrow night to finish preparations for Bill's trial, and you have less than an hour until the replacement's supposed to take place. So regardless of the outcome of that plan, though, you know that the Crimson Hand is planning to come to the front gates and take the town. Citizens have been given the option to either surrender or be removed by force. Now, before we go back to the storyline, let's go around the table, introduce ourselves, tell people where they can find us online, and also let's try giving a little description of the characters you play. That way we can help the fan artists have something to go off of if anybody else wants to do fan arts of things, because it's fun and it makes my face smile. So mine's the easiest. I'm Chris. I'm the DM. I don't really have a specific
You're a
character I
lumberjack.
play, so haha. If you want to find me, you can do so on Twitter. It's at ThatDnDPodcast, since I'm the one who normally runs that.
The lumberjack?
Next. I'm okay.
Yes. He runs the lumberjack.
I sleeps all night and I works all day.
Cool. I'll be the person who is next in line. Hi, my name's Andrew, and I play Voltus. I have a bit of a cold, if you can't tell by my annoying, congested voice. You can find...
We call that a Canadian accent.
I will find you, and I will fuck you up, Louisiana.
Eh?
I will
Then,
make you
then he'll
bleed.
apologize a lot.
Make you bleed shrimp. Well, yeah, I'll be sorry.
And grits. Don't forget the grits.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
been yet.
Also, I'll make him also bleed. And yeah, that's all you get from me. I'm angry now.
No.
Oh.
Tell people where they could find you and also describe your character.
I'm on the Twitters at AOATWAY, which is first initial, last name. Ha, I know how words work. And my character Voltus is a tall, thin, creepy-looking paladin who's currently horribly scarred, but you wouldn't really know it to look at him because he probably looks kind of like a plague doctor.
I was stepping on Andrew during that, so I'll go ahead and introduce myself. Hi, I'm Mike J. Darkson Berard, and you might know me from previous podcasts, such as that D&D podcast, DMing the 5e stuff, and we're currently running a Force and Destiny campaign for that Space Wizard podcast. I'm playing Voltus, the cleric. He is a cleric with sharp eyes, strange
Voltus?
hair. Shit, I'm playing Rook, the cleric.
I was going to say.
I'm playing Voltus. I'm Canadian now.
I'm
Assuming direct control.
I know this hurts you. Rook's a cleric with sharp eyes, strange hair, flowing robes, and a thin body. He's mainly categorized as a kind of a war cleric. He's a cleric whose god is what's the phrase I used? The goddess of bloody conquest, and has important sacrificial rites as an offering. Rook's main helping for the party is killing people, accidentally hurting people, and then patching them back up afterwards. And bake it away, toys.
You just call us toys?
I think so.
Good reference.
Okay, I can go next. Hi, I'm Adam. I'm playing Orc the Thief. I don't have any way to find me online, so don't bother trying, please. And Orc, sort of, I always picture him as sort of a Mediterranean kind of looking guy, real scruffy, angry. And that's about it.
Oh yeah, that's I'm Mike. I can be found anywhere. Jadarkson. I'm Jadarkson everywhere. So
all the Jadarksons are him.
all the Jadarksons
Everywhere. That sounds really weird.
If you find one that isn't him, let him know and it will become him.
I will be sure to, because I feel retribution would be required. I guess I'll go, since I'm talking about retribution now. I'm Renee, and I'm playing Sam, the Elven Ranger, with a very wounded dire wolf. And I can be found online. If you, the easiest way to find me is to find that D&D podcast and find a tweet where I'm added in it. And I guess my character is kind of gypsy-esque and tries to blend into the background more than be seen. Did I cover all the things?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm David. Don't have a whole lot of social media presence right now because I've got a big extended family and they like to post memes and stuff, so I avoid that. But I am playing Zarko, the wizard, and I sort of always have imagined Zarko as kind of looking like Doc Brown with Gandalf's beard and, wearing very long flowing green robes and a hat.
What you're saying is you're just a scaled up grade Ewok.
No.
That's not it at all.
Doc Brown is decidedly not round. He's not rotund and chubbly.
No, I just mean like the quantity of hair. You're basically as furry as an Ewok.
Just concentrated solely on
Well,
the
I mean,
face.
other than like the big eyebrows and big beard and hair that sticks out all over the place from underneath the hat, you don't know how much hair he's got everywhere else. So you're just speculating, really.
He's basing it only off of the part of your body he's seen and the fact that you were dancing around that campfire shouting yub yub.
Yep.
So
I also have senses that peer the lies of clothing.
clothing is not lies, man.
I've seen
Is
Kill
that-
a Kill, damn it.
Is that why your pants fell down that
Good
one
show.
time?
New FLCO coming.
I fight without shame.
Oh, I don't know if you guys saw, but Patrick, one of our followers, is working on animating that scene where the invisible servant pulls Voltus's pants down.
Oh,
so
no.
once that's finished, I'm posting it everywhere,
Yep.
and Andrew can hate you all over again.
That assumes I stopped at some point in time.
Hey, didn't our listeners have questions for us that we should answer?
They do, but we're gonna do that at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, he wants us to get nice and liquored up so that we're more open and honest.
He wants to make everyone listen to the episode before getting to the questions. That way they have to stay the whole time.
Can't they just fast forward to the questions?
Shh! Hush!
So the first set of questions is from a Michael Scott, and the first one is, "Who do you think you are?" And the second one is, "What gives you the right?"
Okay.
That's for anybody who's seen The Office. Anyway, so we did the recap.
Did we? I don't remember going to this house.
Okay, you didn't actually go in it. Oric went in. He was invisibilitied by Zarko.
Is this when I shot Adam?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
allegedly.
No, I definitely shot him.
Yeah, it was there. And then you guys interrogated that one guy, and he kind of refused to give you much info because he's like, anything you can do to me, the boss would do worse. Then you cut his head off?
Oh,
Yeah, that did
Voltus
happen.
put it in a bag. I like how this particular instance of cutting somebody's head off like jogs your memory as if it's the only time it's happened.
Oh
Look.
yeah, we cut
'Cause
his
it's
head
not.
off.
Look,
Oh,
Voltus,
this
right?
mass murder. Right, okay. This time we dismembered a corpse.
Yeah. So some people saw the commotion going on inside. They went to get the guards. You all exfiltrated the area before the guards kicked the door down. So you're not directly tied to that. And I believe you were leaving there when we ended the last session. So you've got less than an hour until, the replacement and then the subsequent visit from the Crimson Hand. So the town is your oyster. What would you like to do?
Well, I mean, what are the odds I can find a cleric who won't turn me into the feds for having a bloodied head in a bag that actually
I thought,
prepared Speak with Dead today?
You left it.
Fuck.
yeah.
So
Because you were like, oh, wait, this is going to be here in an hour. Asking it questions tomorrow will be not helpful.
Yeah,
so Voltus,
okay.
if I can fuck up 2 more rolls, I can cast Resurrect.
Okay. I just want you to know, he will still be decapitated, so that will be a very
Resurrection?
unwise use of a spell slot, let's say.
I mean,
Because while it may totally work,
ask,
he will be alive for long enough.
ask yourself, would Rick and Voltus really think that was a mistake?
Just put the head and body close together, and it'll figure itself
Get
out.
some duct tape on there, because duct tape cures everything.
Oh, yep. Okay, so, what would you guys like to do?
So I'm forgetting our motivation. There's an invading army that we need to deal with. Voltus, do we have the ability to some?
Invading is kind of the problem.
Well,
Well, we can fix
we
that.
did have a plan.
Can we?
Yes.
Can we get our skeleton horde here?
Probably not in an hour.
Fuck.
No, the problem is they're not necessarily invading so much as they've already infiltrated the city too. And walls don't do a lot of good when the gates are wide open.
What about the steel beams?
Not touching that. Do I
Mm-hmm.
have any weird sunglasses that I can put on and then fight Keith David for a while?
Auric. So wait, okay. So these are the things that I think that we have that could potentially be useful. Auric is some sort of thieving scoundrel, right? He might be able to help us in this situation. We also have.
He can steal us more time.
God damn it.
God damn it, Chris.
We also have Sam's wolf, which could theoretically track these bad guys if he could smell them.
I think Max is out of commission presently.
Max was fireballed.
So,
Yes.
If you guys do remember, we did have a plan already taking place.
No, we had no idea.
Well, obviously we don't remember, but you might, so maybe you should remind us.
So Sam is currently at the police station giving them the false badges to let them know what's going to be happening, because it was supposed to be a gate opening by, these guards that we just killed.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this
I
really
remember
seems like
that.
an administrative default. Sam, take it away.
I think
Oh,
she already went through the whole speech at the station last time, I'm pretty sure.
I think
yeah,
so.
she left before the interrogation started. She handed them the false badges, let them know what was going on, and then she came back just in time for her to walk in and see the guy get decapitated, and then you all left.
He wasn't using that neck and torso. I'm sorry, if you actually want like a helpful idea out of me, I don't have any right now.
Well, we were going to the gate that they were going to come into, right?
How long will it take us to get across town, Chris?
I'm not going to say you won't be able to make it in time.
But you're not going to say we
half
are.
an hour?
Yeah, well, yeah, so I just wanted to know roughly how much time we had.
Let's say you've got an hour. It'll take you roughly like 30 minutes to get across town.
Okay, so we have 30 minutes to actually prepare stuff. What are the odds we can call in favors with the local guards? Like, who among us would have favors to call in?
The thief, probably.
Okay, I feel like I should roll for something here.
Roll wisdom to come up with a plan. A cunning plan. A plan so cunning you could stick a tail on it and call it a weasel.
D20 SRD. Not D20. Shit, what are we playing? Dungeon World.
Dungeon World?
Dungeon World SRD, Michael.
Thank you.
Well, do we know? This is a legitimate question because I don't remember if we covered this. Do we know how many people are coming with this leader that coming to town? Like, is it a large band or is it something where maybe we could deal with him ourselves?
Discern realities.
Since it's been so long from the last session, I'll tell you after we resolve my troll.
Because I feel like we
Fuck.
got that info.
9. You can ask one of these questions. What happened here recently? What is about to happen? What should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or valuable to me? Who's really in control here? And what here is not what it appears to be?
Okay, so what here is not what it appears to be seems like a gimme, right?
Also, the what is about to happen and what should I look out for
Yeah.
also seem like good questions.
No. Those are what is about to happen. You're about to get invaded. What should be on the lookout for? Invading forces. Like, those are not helpful.
Yeah, but on the lookout for, like, fake guards. So what here am I not seeing about fake guards?
That's what I'm saying. Is like, what here is not what it appears to be. I could, potentially discern some sort of
Discern
reality.
some kind of reality here.
Roll credits. What here is not what it appears to be.
Google image search this guard.
So you guys took out a bunch of people who were disguised as guards.
Like
You
4?
do see, on your way to the gate, you see some of the guards handing parcels to nondescript-looking townspeople. There's a quick handoff, and then a few mumbled words that you can't really make out, and they make a real concerted effort to not look like they're affiliated with the person who just handed them that package.
Orc. I elbow Orc in the ribs. Orc. Get him.
Okay. I will steal package.
Okay.
No, yeah, totally. I'll just go.
Totally works.
Do you want a good cop, bad thief this?
It's also very helpful for picking up locals.
Yeah, tricks of the trade.
Well, that's pick locks or okay, pockets. Yes. Okay, that'll work. Roll me plus dex, please.
I will. And get me some more experience.
Do you want me to assist by accosting one of these gentlemen?
If you do want that, you need to roll it before he rolls his. So y'all need to make that make your mind.
I mean, that's probably good to have a distraction, sure.
Cool. I'll just go up to talk to him. Excuse me, you there.
Yeah?
What did that man just hand you?
Who? What? Where? Who? Me?
Why? When?
I thought you were just gonna go try to convert him or something.
Oh
but...
god, no. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's like a 50-minute speech tops.
Don't you have your elevator speech down?
Yeah, no, it's he's a street preacher. He's not Kurt.
Okay, roll me plus bond with Auric, and we'll see if this is a successful interaction or not.
Oh boy. Hey.
11. Very nice. So he gets +1 or -2 to his roll, your choice.
I'll give him the +1.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
I rolled a 13.
Jesus. All right. So he's like, man, what are you talking about? I don't no, nothing here. And he's making like a big show of like opening his cloak. Yeah, he's opening his cloak, and in the process, it kind of falls behind him. Like he's trying to be real sneaky and hide it behind him. And then Auric just walks by and is like, doink, got it. Andrew, you do not.
Because I did lie to somebody.
You do not have senses that pierce lies because you lied when you said that Zarko was a criminal who you were bringing in.
Yeah.
As far as you know, though, you still do.
That's cruel and unusual.
Well, it's been a little while, so you may be starting to get the hint that...
Zarko, quick, lie to me. You're handsome.
Zarko, lie to me. I would never lie to you. That'll do it.
Tell me more about your god. I'm very interested in converting.
Okay, so are you guys going to hang around after Auric gets this package, or what's the plan after that?
Sorry, Voltus is going to be like, yeah, I guess that was my mistake. Sorry, citizen, carry on.
Yeah, okay. Don't you have like a... Whatever, man. Bye. And he tries to make his way back into the crowd.
Yeah, he does.
So, Auric, you are holding his package in your hands.
I will show off my package elsewhere. I'll find a quiet alley to show my package.
To just whip out your package?
Yeah.
Alright, so who's following Auric into the alley to see his package?
Definitely Voltus.
Any other takers?
Zarko's kind of gonna ask Auric with his eyes, should I follow you or should I go to the gate?
Roll to misinterpret.
Roll to misdirect.
No, we'll just
Just whip it out in that side alley.
yeah, it's real quick.
Okay.
So I sort of glance back and forth, and you sort of just like motion your head quickly towards the alley, like it's not going to take very long.
Yeah. It's a quick buy.
So you open it up. Inside there is a small leather pouch. It's got a scroll inside with what appears to be a map of the town. There are a few areas that are circled. You also have a serrated dagger and 2 small vials of liquid of different colors. One is a swirling brownish green, and the other one is kind of like a milky, pearly white color.
I feel like there's being that I am an alchemist by profession, trade, I'm going to use spout lore, I think. I think that's the right move.
Just, it's the quickest way? Taste them.
Yeah.
Just.
I think spout lore is what I want. Let me check here.
So you're spouting lore. Pick one of the vials, and then you can roll your thing on them.
This is a flat roll. Oh, well. Okay.
Green or white?
We'll do white. A 9.
Only tell you something interesting. Deal with it.
7 to 9, they're just facts. I mean, the only info I can give you about this is kind of tell you what it's for. You know from your training that most of the poisons or liquids that are this color are intended to kill rather quickly. This particular one has a scent of almond, which makes you think of a certain root, which is sort of a paralytic and eventually paralyzes your heart to where you die within about 30 seconds or so.
Is there anything significant about the map locations?
There is a circle around the side gate, the one that Zarko trailed that guy to that left the other night, and a few arrows coming from the woods towards that side gate.
And that's the gate we're expecting them to hit, right? Or is that the front gate we're expecting them to hit?
They're not too far apart from each other.
Okay.
Like one is, let's say, at like 6 o'clock would be the side gate if you're looking from the very center of town, and the other one is closer to like 4 o'clock.
Okay. And you said there was also a bag of powder, or just a bag?
There, inside the bag, you had the map, you had a little serrated blade, and then you had the 2 vials.
Okay.
Crimson Hand starter kit.
Yeah. Can I also spout lore on the green vial just to round this off?
Sure, go for it.
That's an 8.
Smelling it and pouring a little bit out. The properties of it make it seem like it would be best applied to something before it was used. Perhaps like a weapon or somebody's food.
I see. Okay. I want... I feel bad about sending Sam back to the police station, but this map might be useful in them interpreting what the plan is for these invaders and where they might hit.
Okay. How can we know that the police we give this to aren't in cahoots?
Well, are the police and the guards the same organization?
Yeah, there's only the town guard.
I mean, I would assume that I would be at least by sight familiar with some of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I know some of the guards. I trust some of the guards, but I can't guarantee that we're going to find them.
I thought Sam had a connection that she was going to in the guards, but I can't recall for sure.
Evelyn was the one she talked to previously. She was there last night, so the odds of her being there today during the day are pretty small.
Okay.
You can go in and see, Renee. If you'd like, it's up to you.
I don't know, do we just use this information ourselves to try to thwart the whatever, or do we try to hand it off in hopes that it goes to someone useful in the town guard?
Oh, we should definitely get personally involved.
Oh yeah, we're getting personally involved either way, but do we also try to possibly be a person down because they're stuck running to the station?
Time is ticking.
Yeah, I'm going to hand the map off to Sam and let her know that if she needs to quickly try running down to the station, give them any more warning possible. Because I think we warned them about the front gate, but not necessarily about the side gate.
Okay.
But maybe she can let them know that we're going to take a position at this gate, I guess. Does that seem reasonable?
Just FYI, time-wise, Sam, if you go to the guard headquarters and back, regardless of which gate you beat them at, that'll be pretty much all of the time left, so you'll be showing up right as, the timer hits 0. If you want to go visit the guards.
I feel like it would be helpful for them. And I'm not a melee fighter. So if I go back to the guard station, I would probably try to find... Like, I'm not going to be right at the gate anyway. So I don't know that me being, like, arriving right at that time is probably not as much of a detriment to me in fighting than it would be to someone else. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I just wanted to give you a heads up before you committed to any plan of action so you would know, hey, I'll be showing here right as thing happens. So, why don't you guys figure out, like, a meetup spot, and then you could send Sam on her way if she wants to, head out.
Okay, do we want to do main or side gate? I think side gate probably makes a little bit more sense just because we've warned them about the main already, but that's just my thoughts.
Do we know where those guards that we murdered were going to anyways, the fake guards?
They were going to the main gate to let the main person in.
Main gate right next to the prison.
Yep.
And the
That's
side
what it
gate
looks
is the one
like.
by the wharf, the docks.
Yeah.
Well, okay, hold on. Let me show you on the map.
This is side right here, right?
Yeah, the main gate is, like, here, and the side one is right over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said
in
like
my
4
mind, it's a
o'clock
little
on
bit closer to, like, here, but I couldn't find that, on a pre-made map, and I was damned if I was going to make another map, so let's say the side gate is here. So, they're both reachable, but if something happens at one of the gates where you need to get to it from the other one, it's about a 10-minute walk.
Okay, quick. I get Koro to make some more scrolls of sending.
You hear the clack of long dead bones.
Thank God.
But you get your scrolls.
Wow.
Jokes. Koro may be dead.
No, I just thank my God.
For no reason.
Well, I mean, if Koro's dead, Foz probably... Oh, no, wait. Lash probably had a hand in it.
Yep.
I ain't gonna deny it.
I know this is the greatest idea ever, but we could split the party.
No, I'm all for it.
Okay, pick a gate, folks. Or,
Okay, look.
two gates.
Who's the fastest? Do we have like a runner or somebody who has like some sort of animal companion or somebody that can cast magic? Oh, I can cast magic.
Yeah, you can.
Somebody who's a fast runner, you describe, like, 2 of the party. Somebody who has an animal companion, you describe 1 of the party. And then someone who can cast magic, you describe 3 of the party.
Yeah, but my animal companion's out of commission.
Oh, okay. So I stand between the 2 gates and I cast guidance.
Ooh.
Nice.
Why don't you say what that spell does for everybody who hasn't listened or hasn't heard it in a while?
Rotes, guidance, the symbol of your deity. This would be...
Deity name here.
That's right. The goddess of bloody conquest appears before you and gestures towards the direction or course of action your deity would have you take, then disappears. This message is through gesture only. Your communication through the spell is severely limited.
All right. So are you going to, like, kneel down and pray and ask Foz for guidance?
I don't know that obsequence is, like, her jam. So, like, I draw my weapon, and I ask to be led to the site of glorious battle. Please let me pronounce obsequence right.
Okay. So you're looking for glorious battle. Got it. What is the symbol for Foz?
An axe dripping with blood.
Dead changelings.
Diplomacy.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Let's go with the bloody axe. That works.
No, it's wherever she would have me be. So
Yeah. So roll me your cast a spell moves.
it's a road. Do I need to roll for it?
Yes. 7. The spell is cast, but choose one. You draw unwelcome attention or put yourself in a spot, or your casting distances you from your deity. Take -1 ongoing to cast a spell until you commune. Or also, after you cast, it's revoked.
I'll draw attention. That always works for us.
Oh, God.
As you hold your weapon in front of you, you see it seems like there's an invisible person holding up a ferocious-looking executioner's axe. And it hesitates for a moment, and then eventually it motions towards the side gate, to the south.
Alright, I skip merrily towards the south.
What do you hum as you skip?
Unbeknownst to all those gathered, poking out from a nearby alleyway peering eyes slowly retract back into the shadows.
Adam just crashed. FYI.
I blame Chris.
Hopefully his Audacity's still going?
Yeah.
Oh, his computer blue screen.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, Audacity should be able to save his audio.
Yeah, it
God, I
should
hope
recover it.
did. Okay. Let's wait for him to get back, and if anybody needs to go get a drink or go to the bathroom, go for it. Okay, I'll be right back.
Guys, can you hear Chris screaming? I can hear him screaming.
I always hear him screaming.
Wanted it to be good.
It was bad. It's not great. Sad.
Yeah, there's no good reviews.
Funny thing is that I'm still incredibly psyched for Suicide Squad because I'm a fucking insane.
Yeah, but
person.
see, here's like a huge difference though, is that Suicide Squad at no point seems to take itself seriously. Whereas for some reason everyone has decided that Superman needs to be dark and grim.
Grim and brooding.
Yeah, so I mean, I do have a lot of hope for Suicide Squad because it seems to just be goofy and macabre as it ought to be. I don't know, we'll see.
That's my hope.
Adam, did it save your audio?
Do you want us to stop and reset and export?
No, you'll just sync everybody up on the second clap.
Yeah, we'll just thank everybody on the second clap. That should
So
be fine.
don't save and export. Just leave it going.
Yeah, leave yours going, and then we'll have to we'll just have to clap again so we can line Adam up. So Adam, let me know when yours is finished exporting, and then we'll start you on a new audio track and get the time.is going. Okay.
Yeah, we're not on a timer or anything, but I just have to let you know at midnight my computer does turn into a pumpkin.
Pumpkin spice MP3s.
Unapologetic liar out of all the unapologetic liars.
We're gonna clap at 20. If
4,
everybody's got time.is up.
3, 2.
Oh,
Wait a moment.
With it.
or none of y'all clap at the same time anyway. I'm just pointing that out.
Look, this is a better baseline than nothing.
I think we do clap.
Right,
it's
but
just
if I
we hear
clapped
the
at
clap
the
at it.
same time, it wouldn't actually matter.
Hey, y'all ever listen to The Adventure Zone? Okay. Anyway, it's
I never
the
listen to
guys who do My
podcasts.
Brother and Me, and they do like a 5th edition podcast, and apparently Audacity freaked out, and they had to recreate a 2-hour episode out of 6-second audio files that Audacity saved.
Oh dear God!
Saved
Oh, no.
everybody's audio as different 6-second audio files.
Wow.
Amazing.
Dear God!
Yes.
At
That's
that point, I'd be like, "Hey, we're gonna re-record this."
yeah. 6 seconds at a time.
Oh my
Okay.
God! All of the oh God, no! Like I think my brain breaks just thinking about that.
Does everybody have time up?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna go at 0 seconds. So 5 seconds from now. Okay, good
I
enough.
was late.
All right, so we are back. Mike,
What do you mean? Did we go anywhere?
nope.
Thanks
Nope.
to the magic of editing, no?
You have the marker saying to head to the south
Yay.
for the side gate.
I go south.
So you're going there. Where's everybody else going? Sam's headed to the guard house, right?
Yes.
Ulrich?
We're expecting the main guy to show up at the main gate, right? Main gate.
I don't know if we are.
Yeah, I seem to remember he was not entering the main gate. He was coming in the other gate.
I thought we just didn't know.
Yeah, I don't remember that being ever specified.
Well, it was
to be
when
honest.
Zarko was doing the mind control, the guy or whatever, he made him his friend. And he
Yeah.
was pumping him for information. I thought
He
we
said
got
the boss was coming, but I don't think he said which gate the boss was coming through.
Oh, okay, I thought we got which gate he was coming to, but maybe I don't recall.
Well, Zarko feels like he wouldn't come in the main gate. So even if that's not the case,
Okay. If the information is that he's going to be at if we think he's going to be at the side gate, then I want to go to the side gate. But I want to be outside of the gate.
Okay. Voltus, what about you?
I kind of want to be at the main gate just so we have someone with religious conviction at each one, because that's the only thing that Voltus trusts.
Okay, that's fair. Zarko?
I was going to go to the smaller gate. I thought I'd specified.
You might have. I was just going down the list to make sure I had it written down.
Okay, sure.
So by split the party, what we meant was one person split off from the party.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Sam doesn't say which gate she's coming back to, so...
Oh yeah, Sam, what's your plan? Which side gate with everybody else, or front gate with just Voltus?
And by the way, you have no idea who's going where.
What are the city guards planning to do?
Well, okay, I guess let's do that scene for you, and then you can figure out where you're going from there.
Oh, we're gonna do a whole scene? Okay.
It's gonna be quick.
It's my debut as a scene in the police station again. It's not a debut. My brain is totally off. I'm just gonna say I have no brain cells
Your
left.
sequel guardhouse episode.
There we go.
So you show up to the guardhouse. There's a guy behind one of the main desks. He looks up at you and he says, "Oh, hey, you're the hunter, the lady with the dog, right?
Yes.
Heard you've been uncovering some info. You got anything else for us? Stuff's supposed to go down soon, right?"
Yes. Which is why I came here as quickly as I could. One of my compatriots found this map that we felt might be helpful to you. What is this a map of? I forgot. I'm the worst. I'm the worst player ever.
It's the side gate circled and arrows coming out of the forest towards the side gate. And there's a few heading to the main gate, but most of the arrows are going to the side gate.
Okay. This appears to be a map of their plan and perhaps where their divisions and or infiltrators will be headed.
Oh yeah, okay. So they're hitting the side gate. That's what this looks like. I will make sure to spread this word around.
Okay.
Thank you. What'd you say your name was again?
Sam.
Sam. Thank you, Sam.
Just Sam. Yes.
Okay.
Indeed. I'm glad to be of help.
I'll make sure this gets into the right hands.
It's a trap.
And what's your name?
Craigory?
That's an awesome name.
That's good to know.
My name's my name's Craigory. I'm a guard here.
The most fake sudden name ever.
I'm the boss. I'm the boss guard. My name's Craigory.
No, it always has the upward inflection. Craigory?
Sam, you should make a discern realities check. Quick.
Shut up, ghost from somewhere else that can't hear the conversation.
Okay. I project my demon form as a cleric to Renee and tell her to use discern realities.
What the fuck cleric are you?
Cleric of God of bloody slaughter. Have you not been paying attention?
You seem to assume that Sam can't figure this out. Okay, so Craigory, it was nice to meet you.
If that is your real name.
I'm gonna go ahead and go now.
Yeah, sure. Have a good luck with.
I hope to see you around.
Yeah, good luck with the replacement.
Okay.
How did he know what it was called?
All right, so I'm gonna leave the station and I'm gonna hang outside and watch him.
Okay.
Because I strongly suspect that he's going to leave and go somewhere.
All right, so you leave, and about 5 minutes pass, and he hasn't shown up or anything. Do you want to keep waiting, or do you want to head to one of the gates?
Can I go in through the back door?
There's another entrance, yeah.
I want to go in the other entrance and see if I can't find him.
So you walk in, you see some more familiar faces, and they say, "Hey, weren't you just in here, Sam?"
I was, and I spoke to someone who gave me a name they seemed very unsure about, which made me feel that perhaps it wasn't their actual name.
Who?
He introduced himself as Craigory. It didn't seem incredibly straightforward to me, and so I was keeping an eye on him. Have you seen anybody new around? He was in the front, lobby area when I first came in.
Yeah, we had the new guy watching the desk for a little while.
Yeah, that's probably him. I don't think he's trustworthy, and I think somebody needs to track him down.
He said he was going to the roof to check and see if he could see anything or something like that.
He also said his name was Craigory, so I think we should probably not listen to him. You guys, you should send some people to the roof and see if he's really there. or if he's just making a diversion. Diversion, that's the word.
Sure. Hold on. The person calls a couple guards over and tells them to go up to the roof and see if they could find the new guy. You said his name was Craigory?
Craigory.
He told me his name was Maxwell.
Oh, that's a much better name than the second one he came up with.
Huh, okay.
I think he used up all his name creativity.
I guess so. Anyway, yeah, thanks for the info. You got anything planned for right now?
No, I have a feeling that I should head probably toward the main gate, since the map that he was looking at that he knows we know about had giant arrows pointing to the side gate, and somehow I think that he's probably trying to get people to change their plans. Anyway, so okay. I'm going to go head out to the main gate and see if I can't assist with whatever's happening there. I trust you guys to find this Craigory on the roof, if that's where he is.
There's only one way to the roof, so I mean, if he's up there, we, we'll find him for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll do just fine. Thank you.
Okay, well, stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Indeed.
Before you leave, whisper, "Hail Hydra."
Okay, so Sam, as you leave the prison, you hear, it sounds like some people shouting on the roof. Based on the angle, you can't see exactly what's going on. There's some fleshy thud sounds, like, people fist fighting.
Oh, that's good.
And you hear, it sounds like a torch being lit, and just from where you're standing, you can see Craigory holding up a tube into the air that he's holding a torch next to.
Oh, good.
I want to shoot him.
Fire me a volley check. Or roll me volley. Fire a volley check, because word.
Throw your dice at Chris. And then if you hit him, it's a
load
hit.
those dice into your gun.
And
what do
select
I
your pony.
do again to roll dice?
/ roll 2d6 plus dex.
2d6. I thought it was 2d6,
Dex.
but
12. Very nice. You have a clear shot, so roll your damage.
I rolled a 1.
Well, I mean, when you shot him straight through the wrist, that probably didn't do a lot of damage, but it might have stopped him from lighting that flare.
There we go.
Okay.
That works.
Should have shot him in the knee.
You were aiming for his head.
Your shot lands true and hits him right in the hand. He drops the torch that he's holding, and he curses on. I mean, you could definitely hear him curse. And then he leans over, tries to pick up the torch again, and as he's holding it, oh shit! I just slapped the shit out of my microphone. As he's holding it back up towards the tube, you hear one of the guards him running across the roof, and he tackles Craigory. They both fly off the roof and land on the rocky cliff face about 10 feet away from you.
Oh.
With a really gross impact.
Oh.
Craigory, he lands on top of the guy who tackled him.
Oh.
I was hoping for the other.
Yeah. You should
with
shoot him
his
again.
last few movements, he tries to hold his shaky hands to each other to light that tube.
Does he look like he's going to succeed?
They're real close together.
Ah, fuck. Can I shoot him again?
Shoot him again.
I'm gonna shoot him again.
This is your last chance to shoot, so if you miss, then 10. Very nice. Roll your damage.
Yes!
Yeah.
Nice.
Too bad I didn't do that before!
Guards are replaceable.
Oh, that guy may have had an imaginary family.
Your arrow goes straight into his head, and all movement ceases as the hands go slack, and the tube rolls down the cliff into the water, and the torch kind of rolls next to the two dead guys and slowly begins to catch their cloaks and stuff on fire.
Oh, that's sad, but they're dead. So I'm gonna head to the main gate now.
You just murdered a guard in plain sight. I'm gonna fuck off to the main gate. You guys got this,
It's
right?
not my look.
No,
you
look.
know, it's not my fault the guard died. I couldn't help it that I only had 1 damage.
She is truly one of us.
Is Sam neutral? I forget.
Actually, I think my alignment is good, which is why I never get anything done, because it's always all about the unnatural. It's always the unnatural threats. We never have fought anything that counts as an unnatural threat. It's just that Sam's alliance with nature and the natural world has taught her that there's only so much mourning to be done about the dead, because they decompose and go back into nature, and it's fine. It's the transcendentalism of it all.
You should fight the system. What's more artificial a construct than
The system.
feudal society?
So, are you going to make your way back across that bridge towards the front gate?
Yeah, I'm gonna head towards the front gate.
You start running your way over. Some guards come from the front gate area. They see the flaming corpses on the cliffside, and they ready their weapons as if to block you. And then the other guard shouts from the roof, and he says, "No, that one was an infiltrator. She stopped him from warning somebody, or I don't know. He had a tube. Let her go."
Yeah.
So then they part, and they let you go through.
You gotta look out for the tubes, man. Dangerous tubes.
There's actually a very specific city ordinance about murdering people carrying tubes.
He had a tube. It's fine.
He had a tube, it was self-defense. That tube was aimed right at her.
Voltus, you see... Are you in front of the gate, or are you, like, at the ramparts up at the top?
I'm
or
probably
what are you doing,
trying to, like,
Voltus?
marshal guards, or at least accost them, and just be like, "Hey there,
Okay.
how many days have you been on the job?" Sort of thing. Trying to sniff out the traitors.
Gotcha. You've got one guy who's been there for less than a week. He's one of the new recruits, and you've got four more veteran ones.
So I'm probably singling out the guy who doesn't seem too sure of himself. And if he says his name is Craigory, I have a feeling my god will let me know that's bullshit.
Are you actually interrogating that guy, or are you just kind of moving him off to the side where he's out of the way?
Yeah, probably just shuffling him off to the side.
Look, man, I want to help. Like, these guys are supposed to be trying to take over the town, right?
No.
This is my town, too. I live here.
Man, I really wish I could still detect lies. Voltus actually probably says that. What is probably the position in which he could do the least quantity of harm here?
Stand in front of the closed gate.
Oh, is it a gate or is it like a portcullis? Like, is it something that raises up and down and is like a metal grate?
Like a big double door. Okay. It's like a big double door that goes...
I'll just pair him with one of the
Folds
veterans.
out? Yeah, out.
Probably out. I'll pair him with one of the veterans who seems to, like, have a good head on their shoulders and just be like, he might be a little... You might have to stab him.
I've never had to stab a new recruit before, but I will keep that in mind.
Just keep your mind open, soldier, and I'm sure...
Thank you, person who just walked up to the gate and told me to stab one of my
I
coworkers.
didn't say to stab him, I said you might have to. And I'm clearly a paladin of well-respected origins within this city.
Says the guy with no shield right now, no actual mark
Oh, yeah.
of...
Oh, he's still not shy about it, but yeah, no, he's definitely
You smell like blisters and feet right now.
Yeah, I am slightly scarred.
Those of you at the front gate, you see some people emerge from the nearby woods.
Can I climb up to the ramparts when I see them?
Yeah.
'Cause I want to yell stuff at them.
This map's not the best, but there's some woods here, kind of hugging along the edge of the town, and then there's some up more towards the north. Anyway, the woods to the southeast of the main gate. There's some figures emerging. They're all wearing dark clothes. Looks like either cloth or leather or metal or, some mix of the three. The distinguishing thing you notice about them is they all have a bright red handprint on the chest part of their outfits. Could be paint or blood or clay, who knows, but none of them have their weapons drawn or anything. They're all just simply kind of staring up at the gates and the people who are looking down at them. While those guys gather, a similar thing is happening for those of you who are at the side gate, except to a much greater degree. There's probably close to, let's say, like 60 people now gathered.
Whoa.
Huh.
They're all just standing there,
Wait. So they're standing there, and they've gathered at the south gate? Or at the side gate?
Westgate.
Yeah, there may be like, let's say like they're about 200 feet away from the gate, just kind of standing and staring.
And they all look like Rook's approximation of bad guys.
I mean, probably. Or, hey, you're the god of bloody conquest. So these seem like they could be potential allies, maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna roll with that then.
I mean, they've also stated out note that they hate the gods.
Oh, right.
Andrew, shut up.
You are now in a target-rich environment.
Do I only get one spell per thing still? For spells. I'm trying to remember how many spells I have, because I got the spell called Cause Fear, and that seems like it would be effective.
You get number of spells equal to your level plus 1.
Oh, so I get 3 spells.
You get 3 levels of spells. Yeah.
And I can only cast level 1 spells. So I'll have Magic Missile, Magic Weapon. Can I take Cause Fear, like, retroactively? I understand that. I didn't specify what I was going to take, but...
Didn't you just use guidance?
That's
Yeah,
a
it's
rogue.
Guidance is a rote, so that's
Oh.
fine.
Never mind then.
Oh, this is hilarious. Choose a target you can see in a nearby object. The target is afraid of the object, so long as you maintain
Cause
the
fear
spell.
is hilarious.
Zarko used it on like some dude's chair or something, or a door.
The
Door frame.
He made a guy afraid of a
Yeah.
door and then made a guy afraid of a chair.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's right.
Zarko's good at household terror.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try to cast Cause Fear on the guy closest to me to have him be afraid of the red handprint symbol on the guy next to him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you can only make him afraid of something close to you, and those guys are about 200 feet away.
How close do I need to be?
I'd say probably within like 30 or 40 feet.
It's you can choose a target you can see, but you have to choose a nearby object.
So you can make that guy afraid of the gate, since you're near the gate.
So No, because I want them to run away. I want them to reconsider the situation. Actually, I'll stride out the gate like I'm going to go meet them.
Oh, this can't end badly.
I've got a peg leg that's made from my old shin bone. I'm sure that I can run away fast.
Auric and Zarko, are either of you following...
The crazy cleric that once accidentally tried to kill Auric.
Oh no, Zarko's not gonna wait out in the middle of a bunch of dudes. But are there any guards around here with us, like actual guards? Or
let's say you've got about 4 of them out here. The rest have set up sort of checkpoints throughout the town.
do they have? Are they just melee armed, or do they have like bows? Or
There's 2 up on the rampart area with some crossbows, and then there's 2 closer to the actual like mechanism to operate the gate who have like pikes and stuff. Pikes and swords.
we should probably shut the gate if they tried to charge us.
Yeah, right now the gate's shut, so if you want you can have them let you out, but that situation you may not be let back in.
I'll go up on top of the ramp then.
Okay.
With those dudes, and I'll be like, "Hey, I got some spells to cast. If these guys decide to attack."
All right. Auric, what about you, buddy? Where are you going?
I did say that I was already going to be outside the gate, but I did need to clarify that I wanted to be hidden as well.
Okay. Do you have like a stealth move?
No, there's no straight up stealth. I mean, maybe defy danger, dexterity to be hiding, but that's about the only I could think of.
Seems legit.
I would go for that.
Because it's just trap expert and tricks of the trade, which is for stealing.
Yeah. Yeah, roll me 2d6 plus dex.
9.
You hide from 59 of the 60 men successfully.
And then one of them says, "Hey, look at that fucking guy over there." On a 7 to 9, you stumble, hesitate, or flinch
I stumble into a hiding spot.
while trying to hide.
Stumble up a tree.
Okay. You find a real good bush to hide behind, and you are totally hidden right now. But then you notice that the bush is inhabited by quite a wide variety of stinging insects that are quite painful. You can stay hidden and leave yourself at their mercy, or you can get out of the bush and not get bitten to bejesus and back.
Totally attempted to try to aerosolize one of my sleeping poisons.
And just have a little nap.
Just
No,
tilt it
just-
sideways and go...
No, I could literally just put it in my, just take some in my mouth and then spit it out on all the insects.
Yes.
Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that?
Oh my god, yes.
Yes.
Maybe he's built up an immunity.
That's fucking fantastic.
Well, what's the worst thing that could happen? He'll pass out in a bush and nobody will know.
Wake up
You
later,
pass
the
out in a bush
battle's
and
over.
be eaten by bees.
What I'm really hoping for, though, is that, like, he tries to talk for the next while, and he's because his mouth is asleep.
I am immune to my own poisons.
Oh.
Well, that's less hilarious.
I know.
Okay, so you only have that one use of the oil of Tajit left, and it's on a poison needle.
No, I make that one. I can make that anytime I want. So I have kept it up. Anytime I was safe, and there's been weeks in time that passed that we've been safe. Yeah, that's the one I can make by poisoner. Where is it?
Chris is no longer as excited.
Yeah, whenever you have time to gather materials and a safe place to brew, you can make 3 uses of the poison you choose for free. So I can make that one for free at any time. So as long as I'm safe, I keep that stocked up.
Okay. In the future, remind me, just so we can keep the character sheet up to date.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
No,
I've been doing it on my paper sheet, but not on
okay.
Obsidian.
Yeah, I usually just I'll go off the Obsidian portal stuff. That's fine.
Yeah, I need to update that anyways. There's a bunch of stuff missing from that. So yeah, I'll do that. Sorry.
That's fine. So yes, do you want to spit some poison on bees?
I will use one of my uses of poison and try to knock out some bees.
They seem groggy, and those that don't altogether fall asleep immediately, they're kind of weighed down from spittle and poison to where they can't fly as well.
Okay.
So, for the most part, you have neutralized the threat to you.
I will stay in my bush then.
Quick
I
thinking.
like it.
Orc is the cause of sudden hive death syndrome.
Yeah, there we go.
So, Rook, you're just kind of walking out the front gate, yeah? Or the side gate?
Yeah.
Okay. The gaze of all of the gathered Crimson Hands shifts from the ramparts over to you. None of them have drawn their weapons. They all seem to be measuring you up, so to speak.
So hi, how's it going? Rook here. Big fan of the gods. Big fan. And I just wanted to show you that the fact that the gods are real and stuff, I'm going to cause some magic to happen.
Oh.
He rolled a 6.
Or not.
Yep.
That could not have gone any better.
The best thing is that's Mike Salesman's
Well.
character voice, too.
Yep.
You know
Y-
that?
You wanted to level up.
Yep.
Yep. So, what does it look like when you're trying to cast fear? Do you give him like a squinty eye and wiggle your fingers at him or anything like that? Because that being a fizzling magic trick would be fantastic.
That sounds just great. There's like I can't like there's no Dragon Balls to flip or anything for 1 point, is there?
No, and there's no aid or interfere that I don't think anybody could help you with casting a spell, really. So,
Orc makes some very helpful shadow puppets from behind his bush.
I'll take it.
Very scary shadow puppets.
It's not cast fear, it's cast shadow.
But you're definitely throwing some shade on him.
Wah wah. Why doesn't cast
So,
a spell? in
I have
the
my
list?
bond now with Rook.
Exactly.
yep.
It's a shame that
His reckless use of magic's a danger to himself. I really should convince him to stop using magic.
I should convince him to use that weapon he's got and not his god fingers. So you wiggle your fingers and squint at him, and
I point to one guy and then I point to the other guy's chest and I'm like, for the people who are not watching the video cast, Mike J. Darkson Broad playing Rook took his thumb to his throat and made a throat slit motion.
the two people who you're motioning between look at each other, they kind of smirk, and they just go back to staring at you.
All right, well, you should get out of here now. It's going to be trouble if you don't. Just go on, run home. Funny joke. We've got all your plans. We've already told everybody. Everything's already been uncovered. You'll have to come back and try again later. Otherwise, we're just going to have to, disperse you.
Your insurrection is in a different castle.
Yeah, this is This is bad. Overthrowing the government by force. I'm going to have to report this.
Report this to the god of bloody conquest. He'd be like, "Yep, keep up the good work. Sounds great." So they stand there, and you hear the clanking of metal armor, and the gathered masses kind of part to allow someone to walk closer to you and, I guess, Oric, but they don't know Oric's there. It's two well-armed figures, well-armored, rather. It appears that they have, like, plate armor that's just been kind of coated with ash or some other, I don't know, black crap. They've got pikes that have a tube on the end, and they are walking in front of somebody that you can't really make out the shape of because it is well hidden by these large figures. They stop, they take a step to the side, and then the lone figure walks forward. It gets to maybe about, say, 15 or 20 feet away from you, and it stops. One of the things you noticed about this thing as it walked up was that it was almost perfectly silent as it came up. There's no jingle of armor, there's no thud of footsteps, just nothing. Finally, it's wearing this cloak that it tears away and tosses aside, and what you see before you is, it looks like a skeletal man almost, except just made out of metal. You've got a thick metal spine, kind of a barrel chest area that looks like a rib cage for, a normal human being. It's got these really thin, spidery arms and legs, and on the chest plate, rather than the simple red handprints that are on the armor of all the other ones, this one is glowing red, bright and angry like the inside of a hungry furnace. It has shiny bolts sticking out of each of its elbows, but it stands there for a few seconds, and it says,
"Are you the representative?
Sure.
Where is Cassio? We know he is here as well."
1 second while I go and pull up that information, and I believe that's roll 1d6 to spout nonsense.
Did you say the other person's name was Cassio?
So that
rolled a
looks like
4 on your spout lore.
Oh yeah, resurrection, baby.
Dang.
I know he works with you. I know he's your ally.
Alright, let's talk about what sort of dietary supplement you're on, because I don't think that's healthy. And I've got a peg leg that's been in my own shin bone.
I have no need for simple things like food.
So are you a construct?
Yes,
Okay. What animates you?
I am unsure.
Alright, where's the hedge wizard? I'm responding to David.
What?
David doesn't have his character name up.
Zarko?
Yeah, can you see this thing?
What about? That's a good question. Can those of us on the ramparts see this guy?
Yeah, he's probably about 50 feet out from the gate, let's say. Like 40 feet down. So you can make out enough of the figure to realize that's not human.
Yeah.
So when you mention the hedge wizard, it points up at Zarko and it goes,
I assume you mean that one.
Yeah, I shout Zarko and I point at the skinny ass thing with the no body and no spine exposed. I say the in-game equivalent of what the hell is that?
Can I? Okay, I'm gonna make a spout lore check. See if I know anything about this sort of thing.
Sure thing.
A 10. So you have to tell me something interesting and useful about the subject relevant to the situation.
The only thing that you can remember about any sort of metallic living armor, as it was referred to, are records from a race called the Warforged, but they aren't supposed to have existed for at least 1,000 years.
Huh.
So as Zarko's thinking back on his knowledge, it looks over at Rook rather, and says,
That one is a Zarko. What are you?
A Zarko? Are there more Zarkos?
Oh, Jesus, please no.
You referred to it as a Zarko. What are you?
What's your name? Name to power.
I've been alive for a long time. I've acquired many names. The people of my order know me as the Crimson Sigil.
Crimson Sigil.
Oh, you dick.
it nods its head down towards the glowing handprint.
It's a fitting name, if unimaginative.
Well, that name doesn't tickle any sort of knowledge in my character, because why would it?
That name has less power than you imagine?
Something like that.
Unfortunate for you. Are you here to discuss the surrender of the town?
No, I'm pretty sure I'm here to stop it.
Also unfortunate for you.
You say that, but I'm not dead yet.
You live because I allow it, and you will die because I demand it.
Whoa, somebody got an
See, that's funny.
attitude.
I lost old Lefty here, and Rook casually draws his mace and taps his shinbone leg, fighting for the gods. And I don't imagine that I'm going to die fighting for the gods today. There's lots more good work to be done. So why don't you pack up your thin band of scabrous lepers, and you pack them back off to whatever flea-bitten hole you came from before I call my friend and we execute all of you.
I've existed on this cursed world for over 3,000 cycles.
Okay, so it's time to end that, is what you're saying?
I've lost count of the number of people that I have slain, who speak much the same as you do.
I have 2 words for you. Magic missile.
I think that's 3 words, Mike.
Magic?
I think that's magic missile lol.
So you cast your magic missile, and they zip right across the distance over to him. He grabs the missiles in his hand and crushes them.
And he takes how much damage?
None.
That's not possible. I hit. They do damage.
I believe you'll find that magic is quite ineffective. Let's say I've built up a tolerance to the gods and those who worship them.
I think you'll find me quite intolerant.
Zarko is going to pull out the wand of Cloud Kill and cast some Cloud Kill on those bandits, and then tell the guards to open fire on them.
Please do.
Okay. So
But why would you kill the...
I'm trying to figure out how those wands work. I guess it just has
Cast a spell.
It has a successful casting in it. So yeah, just
Point and shoot.
Rudy Tooty, point and shooty. 14.
Well, no, it doesn't actually do damage. What it does is a cloud of fog drifts into the realm from beyond the black gates of death. Whenever a creature in the area takes damage, it takes an additional separate 1d6 damage, which ignores armor. The spell persists so long as you can see the affected area or until you dismiss it.
Hey, Zarko, if I'm in this spell, that's totally okay.
Well, it says the immediate area, so I mean they're all over. I would say that would probably affect anybody who's not up on the ramparts.
Yeah, I figured it's probably like a heavy fog that's drifting in.
Sorry, Mark.
But hey, that's why we closed the gate doors, so the Cloud Kill couldn't get in. Or the bandits. Either.
Or the 2 party members who were outside the gates.
We didn't tell them to go out there.
They knew the risks. They knew the risks.
We knew what we were doing.
Well, I mean...
You knew what you thought you were doing.
So as the fog rolls over, he looks at it. You can kind of make out some sort of... It would probably be a sigh from, any actual living, breathing thing. And he says...
Stubborn until the very end. How very... human.
And he moves his arm, gets his right hand, puts it over that bolt on his left elbow, and moves it forward and cranks it into place, and a huge serrated blade comes out of the forearm. And he does the same with the other hand.
Oh, he's got 2 of them now.
Yep. These look real sharp and not nice.
So before he charges at me, I'm going to protest that he didn't take 5 damage. I guess casting magic weapon on my weapon would be incredibly silly.
You can if you want.
I'm suddenly A, glad I'm at the main gate, and B, sorry for making a 4th edition murder beast.
So as he cranks his arm things out, he nods at the 2 guys who are gathered to each side of him, and they pull a chain that's attached to the bottom of their tube pike thing, and each one fires a red flare up into the air.
But those guys are taking damage from the fog, right?
The fog only enhances damage that is done to them.
Okay.
So those flares sail into the air and, pop and make those cool little firework things. Kind of like on Mad Max. If you haven't seen Mad Max, go see Mad Max because it's pretty rad. And a horn sounds from near the front gate, and the forces begin to move. So anyway, what we're going to do right now is end this episode so that we can handle a few other things. Thank you, everybody, for downloading this latest episode of That D&D Podcast. We hope you continue to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any sorts of questions, comments, or anything like that, fire them on over to ThatDnDPodcast@gmail.com.
We will answer some of those questions.
We will answer it like we're about to do now. I asked some people on the Facebooks and the Twitter and on the Penny Arcade boards, because why not, if they had any questions related to the campaign or not. So we have a few of those now. First one, if you were in Shadowrun, would you go with a black trench coat or a pink mohawk?
Why not both?
Pink trench coat.
Because that's not the question, David. Come on now.
Pink trench coat, black mohawk.
Can't you take things seriously
Yes.
for once?
I would say
Yes,
a black
I
trench
can.
coat because pink is a stupid color.
If I'm playing Shadowrun, it is going to be the pinkest fucking mohawk. Because I want to have, like, a troll who has basically a ballista for a crossbow that, like, pins people to walls.
I would probably go with pink mohawk, hide in plain sight.
16 gauge nose ring.
Okay.
Nice. Why not?
Troll, orc, or elf.
Dwarf.
Also good.
That was from Inquisitor on the Penny Arcade forums. Our next one is from Sir Fabulous, also from the Penny Arcade forums, and he says, "What's the deal with airline food?"
They didn't roll very high when they were preparing it.
It's hard to do food that will be okay on airplanes.
Yeah, there's actually a good reason for that. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Altitude.
Lowest bidder, and also with the way the atmosphere is, your
Yeah.
taste buds don't work as good.
And it's got to be
So-
like be able to heat it to a certain temperature inside of a plastic bag. It's all sorts of sciencey fucking.
Yeah.
Also, Seinfeld is not a good show.
No,
What?
I agree. I hate Seinfeld.
There's about to be a war.
You know, Friends brought about the downfall of intellectualism.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, Friends
What,
was shit
children?
too, so.
Oh, but it's fun.
Hey, you know what was good though? Scrubs. Just saying.
Scrubs was good. So was Buffy.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
No problems there.
We are brothers once more.
What was the thing that we had been asked?
What's the deal with
Next.
airline food?
Airline food.
All right. So
Done.
these are from our Facebook. We've got 3 of them, all from Patrick. First one, what are your favorite book, television show, and movies?
I don't have a book television show. My favorite books are The Stand and World War Z. My favorite television show that I'm currently watching is Arrow. I'm also a big fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and what's the other one I'm watching? I guess Daredevil Season 2 counts because it's sort of television. And what was the other question?
Movie.
Like,
Movie.
how do you
My
even?
favorite movie?
Yeah.
I would
that's not a
say my
question you can answer.
favorite book about television movies is Roger Ebert's Life Itself, which is his memoirs about his television show about movie criticism. So there, all in one.
Wow.
I feel like you're cheating.
The correct all-in-one answer was fried green tomatoes, goddammit.
My favorite movie was James Cameron's Aliens.
Huh.
Those were good.
Interesting.
So for me, books, I'm a really huge fan. The Gaunt's Ghost, the series from Warhammer 40k. Like, Dan Abnett's a real good author, and those are one of those books where, like, I forgot I was reading them, and my brain just turned into, like, a movie watching it happen. So that was fun.
Eisenhorn.
TV show would be either Scrubs or The Office, probably, because like I rewatch the whole series like once a year. And movies, I'd have to either say the Harry Potter series or like the original Star Wars series, are ones I could keep on watching forever. Did everybody answer that to their satisfaction?
I could just say favorite book series is probably Dresden
Good one, too.
Files, and I actually like the TV show about it too. I'm sad that didn't stick around very long.
Well, he had to go be on Arrow, so
Well, then I hate Arrow now.
You can't hate Arrow, it's a law.
And I'm just too lazy to have a favorite movie.
fair enough.
That's such a difficult question because, like, what kind of movie?
What's your one favorite thing in the history of mankind?
Right, you know?
The Hammer.
Okay.
Next question.
I will say the movie I've probably watched the most is Ghostbusters. Because I've watched that multiple times a year, probably since I was 4 years old.
Nice.
That's kind of strange.
Nice.
And it don't look good.
Who are you going to call?
David.
David.
Renee, did you have any input for any of those?
Okay, so favorite book. All right. Probably Jane Eyre. Although Harry Potter series is really close to that. Favorite TV show? I hate these questions so much. Like, you don't even know. I guess I have to pick The Office because I probably watched it
Just say one
the
you like
most.
then, not even favorite.
And my favorite movie pick is almost always The Princess Bride because it just works for everything.
That's your favorite movie? Inconceivable.
Well, you
Nah,
know,
but-
because otherwise you gotta start breaking this down into categories and... Nah.
My favorite dramatic movie featuring a female lead is
You have
That
to get
is a
into
Netflix
categorization.
category.
My favorite fun, sassy movie for kids between the ages of 7 and 14. Question number 2. He says, whatever happened to Koro and his teleportation scrolls? I won't tell you the first part of that yet because I've sort of been brainstorming ways to have all of the party's old characters make... not necessarily an appearance, but for the party to uncover like a sign, something from them. We've already got Lash and Foz and Gosrin as gods, and then we have Sigil in this one. I don't know if you guys caught that. That's Sigil. That was Andrew's old character.
He's a dick now.
And his teleportation scrolls, he used the last one to teleport back to the party after he went to that library of Ayun or something like that. It's been a while since we recorded those, but I remember him using the last one because I was doing everything within my power to get him to use his last one. Because I realized that I gave him way too many, just like the party was using sending scrolls for everything ever. It's like, fuck walking down the block, sending scroll. I've got 800,000 gold and these cost 20.
Yep.
seems legit.
Turns out economies are easily broken when no thought goes into how they're created.
Yep. And then his last question is number 3. What are your favorite board game and tabletop RPG games?
Oh, Jesus. Tabletop RPG is not fair because it's all of them for different things.
Yeah.
Battlestar Galactica and Fantasy Flight games, Star Wars.
If I want to play a board game, it depends on entirely in the mood I'm in. If I want to shout at people, which is pretty standard, then it's going to be some mixture of The Resistance, Coup, Spyfall, and Dead of Winter.
Mm-hmm.
And then tabletop RPGs, it's going to be like 13th Age if I want to stab goblins, Apocalypse World if I want to just sweat for 2 hours straight, and Final Fantasy, Fantasy Flight Star Wars, because oh my god, Fantasy Flight Star Wars.
Yeah, I've got so many RPG books that I haven't even gotten to run a good campaign with, so I can't pick just one. Fantasy Flight Star Wars is really good. I'm looking at Dread, though. I want to run that for a non-traditional diceless system.
Like Judge
That would be
Dredd?
so much fun. No, the
No,
Jenga
it's just
Dread.
it's Dread. It's a horror game that has a constant theme of tension because to make a skill check, you have to take a block from a Jenga tower, and if the tower falls, your character dies.
Dude, that's awesome.
yes, it
I
is.
wanna
awesome.
play that.
Unfortunately,
That is evil.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it cannot be played online because
Jenga
where's the
tower.
tension if it's not real
That's when
Jenga?
you use Tabletop Simulator and it fucking goes terribly.
Surgeon Simulator. Is Jenga actually a generic name, or is it copywritten?
No, it's
No.
copywritten, but there's variants you can buy.
I linked the tabletop play guys playing Dread. It was awesome.
I mean, same thing with board games. There's so many good board games out there. The one I really enjoy right now is Kingdom Death Monster, which is incredibly expensive, but it's like Dark Souls, the board game, kind of.
I'm noticing a lot of board games are in the stupid expensive territory right now.
Define stupid expensive.
It's like $400.
Oh shit!
What
Okay,
in
that's
the blue
that's-
Oh,
fuck?
wow.
that's turbo expensive.
I'm like, stupid expensive is $60.
It's like, okay, to be fair, I don't actually own it. My friend owns it.
Okay,
But the box, it comes with 2 boxes. Each box is like the size of a small child.
Jesus.
I have small children. Can I trade them for this game?
One of them is like the box for all the cards and tiles and everything. The other box is just for miniatures, because the miniatures, you go out and fight these huge monsters, and then you get
Wait,
skin them for bones and stuff, and you can make armor out of the monsters. So you can assemble your miniatures to wear specific helmets and torsos and leg armor and carry different weapons and stuff. So it's super customizable.
Fucking hell. Boutique nightmare horror.
That sounds.
It's pretty crazy.
That sounds fancy.
It does have some, like, it's got this weird mix of being super dark and violent and also kind of inappropriate with TNA, so it's not for everybody, but...
Yeah, you're not kidding. With the TNA, good God.
It is an equal opportunity TNA game. There's a lot of man beefcake.
So it's T and D and A, if you know what I mean.
I'm also seeing
Wait, what do you mean?
the lady TNA.
If you get the actual game and look through the rulebook, there's a lot of dude flesh in there too.
Dude flesh is a good term.
Dude flesh.
Dude, did you get the Dude Flesh expansion? You know it.
it sounds like a German word. Like it's a compound.
Yeah.
It does. It does sound
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
I wouldn't recommend buying it sight unseen, but if you know somebody who owns it, definitely bug them to let you try it out.
That's one of those, like, I hope somebody brings it to PAX and I can try it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is firmly in the do I want a video card or this board game?
Yeah.
Because it's like you go out and hunt these giant monsters, but then you also have a settlement that you go back to, and you have years that pass between the hunts, and you like roll on random event charts, and
Nice.
you have villagers that are born and then age,
That's
and
insane.
you get to name them, and
Takes years to play as well.
The village of Biff, where everyone is named Biff because fuck if I want to keep track of that.
Gary?
we've actually been naming all of the guys in our campaign with names that start with a J.
Nice.
It started just as a joke, and then we realized we had to keep it going. So
So
You should
from-
name them all from MST3K names.
Yes.
Stuff
we had
Chunkman.
Xanthopus for a while, but then he entered a contest of strength, broke his arm, and then some strange armored men came to the village and impaled him on a spear.
Oh, good.
Oh, that
Yeah.
happens in your village too.
So I'd say for my favorite board/card games, I like Betrayal at House on the Hill a lot. That was kind of the one that
Such a
showed
good
me
game.
that you can have fun with a board game because they're not all Monopoly, because I fucking hate Monopoly.
God, Monopoly's the
That
worst.
was my gateway drug. And any variant of like Werewolf or Mafia or anything like that. I guess I just like lying to my friends.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Betraying people.
Chris, get Coup.
I'm going to at some point. I'm trying to build my wall of games.
It was like $20. It's the best amount of lying I've ever
Yeah.
pulled off.
And then
Have you heard of Sheriff of Nottingham?
Oh,
I
that's
have
also really fun.
I just got it. I got to find a time where we have enough people to play it because we usually have
That's a game.
we usually have too
all
many
about
is the
bullshit.
problem. So I guess also for tabletop RPG, I really liked 13th Age and pretty much any of the Apocalypse engine games. Have been a lot of fun. Also, I've been looking at this thing called The Skeletons. It's on DriveThru RPG, and it seems like a lot more freeform than most other things. But the little blurb they have is kind of awesome. It says, "Years fly by like dead leaves. Everything is darkness. Everything is silence. You stand vigilant before their sarcophagus without thought or breath. Such is your compulsion. You do not remember your name, and still you watch. The flesh has fallen off your bones, and still you watch. And then one day there is light and motion, and you weigh your bearded axe and raise your shield, lusting for the fray, eager to measure your skill against these tomb-robbing children so full of blood. You'll never be alive again, but in this moment, in the chaos between violation and destruction, you truly live, and you remember what you once were, and you taste the sun." So apparently it's a little RPG where you play the skeletons who are like guarding a tomb as opposed to playing the adventurers. And like as you play, the skeletons kind of remember some of who they are, and the tomb changes and stuff. It seems like it'd be real cool. I don't know. I might end up buying it and playing it. We might try that one day if you guys are up for it.
Sure, man.
Who else needs to answer questions?
I'm just going to totally cop out on this one and say I'm just always happy to be gaming. I really don't have anything favorites that I try to force to the table.
You won't say no to anything, basically.
I'm a game whore.
Whoa, he's
Incorrect.
easy.
Battlestar Galactica is the best board game.
False. Beats.
Bears.
Whoa.
What you got, Renee?
I also really like Betrayal at House on the Hill because it's different every time. But you always die. I've liked all of the Arkham games that we've played too. The only real drawback is you have to have it set up beforehand, or it just takes forever.
Well, it still takes forever. It just takes even more forever if you don't have it set up.
You're playing
Slightly
forever
larger
as opposed to setting up forever. That's to me, but they're really fun because they're kind of counterintuitive, and I kind of like that. As far as RPGs, I don't know. Everyone I've played has been very they have very different strengths, but I think that and this probably is weird, but I think that I found it easier to relate to my character in 4E, and I don't know why. Which is funny because I know some of the other games there are other games out there that are more storytelling oriented, but I don't always feel like I have enough time to be my character, if that makes sense.
I got you.
I have an actual theory for this because I feel similarly. You want to hear what I think is kind of bizarre about it?
Yes.
Lay it on us.
I think you spend more time creating your character in sort of these kind of rule-heavy games, and because of that, you spend more time thinking about
the
backstory
nuances
or characterization or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And in
that
doing
makes
so,
sense.
because it's solo time with your character. And most of the time when we're playing this game, we're maybe getting a fifth or a sixth of the spotlight, as opposed to just dedicated character focus.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It does make sense.
Also, that was our longest campaign, I think, also, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
By a good stretch.
But even, my previous 4E character that, I don't know, we played it far less, that campaign far less. I still kind of felt more in tune with that character than some of my other characters. Well, that's interesting. But, anyway.
Yeah, that campaign ended up being a mess because we had 8 or 9 people by the end, and they were all doing...
Yeah.
Half of them were doing, I'm gonna go steal the church, everything they have. Hope that's okay.
Right? Yeah, it got bad. But I still have that character sheet because I'm ready to whip it out if I ever need it again. I liked that character.
It's always good to have an album of all your dead. Okay, so I guess that's that. We don't have really enough stuff to do an end of session summary thing, so I guess we'll save that for the next episode, and maybe
This episode, Renee went Sam went and talked to the gods. Then the other characters went to the gates. Rook stepped out and made some words, fair to cast a spell. Oric went behind a bush and spit on some bugs.
That's
Then
my favorite one.
Zarko cast Cone of Claude. Fortunately, his Death Wand spell didn't seem to do anything. Now, Andrew's old character looks like he's about to kill the party. Find out what happens next on That D&D Podcast.
I think I'm going to name this episode Time to Spit on Bees.
I really think that somebody needs to illustrate that for us. We definitely need some spitting on bees character art.
If there's ever anything that needed to be animated, it's Oric sitting in a bush with bees and fuck, fuck, fuck.
I'll spit on them.
Okay, so it's already kind of late-ish, and I wanted some other stuff to happen before the fight happened, which I need Bobby here for. So
this is a decently long episode.
It is. We also had the spot where we had to wait for Adam to get back in, and we had a bunch of dead spots. So it'll probably end up being hour 15, hour 20, I'm thinking. But yeah, I think that's everything.
You gotta wait till next time to kill us.
We have survived by stagnation.
That's how Congress does it.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys what I was thinking about after we finish recording, because nobody else needs to hear that. So once again, thank you everyone for your time, all of your questions, for spreading the word about the podcast, and pretty much all that stuff. You're all awesome, and we appreciate everything you guys do. And if you are listening and you happen to have some sort of product you would like us to shill that's gaming related, hit me up, girl.
Get that.
Oh.
We may be able to make something work. As long as you're okay with us giving our honest opinion about stuff. Because if you send us something and it's poop from a butt, I may have to tell people it's poop from a butt. So, journalistic integrity.
Our egos are driven by your feedback, so please take a minute and tell us how much you love us so that your worship continues to make that D&D podcast great. And remember, every time you don't, Adam's audio quality drops dramatically, and Chris's microphone pops.
Mm-hmm.
And Bobby disappears.
And that's what happened. We didn't get enough
That's
positive
it.
feedback, so
That's
we had to
it.
cut him.
Bobby's being a real diva, and we couldn't get him to eat his Snickers bar before the game. And he says, unless we get 6 questions, I'm not even coming. So we got 5, and he's like, fuck that, and he didn't show up.
Actually flipped the table on his way out. I'd arranged
Yeah, he did
a really
snappy
tasteful
bitch fingers,
display
too.
on it.
He sent us a video of him flipping off his computer for some reason. It's real weird. Anyway, so, since we can't pay him, you could help us pay him with questions. So I'm going to stop recording now before this ends up being like an extra hour of me just saying shit. So good night, or whatever time of day it is, and see you guys and girls next week.
Nailed it.
Good job, Chris.
Here's
Swish.
hoping you find what you're looking for.
I probably should press the stop button.
Yeah.
That D&D podcast is released under a Creative Commons 4.0 attribution, non-commercial, no derivative license. Feel free to share with friends, but don't cut anything out and don't sell our work. Dungeon World intro music is Back to the Woods by Jason Shaw. You can find Jason's music on the Free Music Archive, and our outro music is Dirt Roads by Kevin MacLeod. His music can also be found on the Free Music Archive. See the show notes for any music used in the individual episodes, and visit us at ThatDnDPodcast.com. Dungeon World is the property of Sage Latora and Adam Coble. All other copyrighted content is owned by their associated copyright holder.